Hello friends, welcome back. So welcome back to the yet another video about types of VLAN. So we have been uh, learning about types of VLAN. So we have seen default VLAN, management VLAN, data VLAN, and what is native VLAN in our last video. So this video talks about voice VLAN or VoIP VLAN, we can call it. So let's jump into this lab. So we are going to take a router 2811, so that this router is going to act as a gateway or a DHCP server for the IP phone that we are going to use in this scenario to explain voice VLAN. Of course, this will not only act as a DHCP or a gateway for only voice VLAN, or rest of the other VLAN will also going to use this as a DHCP or a gateway server. Gateway. Okay, let's name it as gateway or DHCP. Okay, and then we are going to use, as I said, this video is about VoIP. So we are going to use VoIP phones, that is IP phones. Let's take two IP phones to test, and then let's quickly connect these devices. Okay, so connect this router first using a straight through cable, fast Ethernet 1 to switch port. Let's take the switch port FA0/21. Let's take it, and similarly go to switch 2 again, connect FA0/20 to this IP phone. It should be switch port. Similarly go to this switch again and then go to 22 port and connect this port, the switch port of the IP phone. So we have connected the devices that we have taken. So we are going to give this DHCP server, okay, uh, an IP. So this is not going to act as I said, only for DHCP server for only voice VLAN. So we have to assign for this as a DHCP server for all other VLANs. So but we have only one link between these two devices, the router and the switch. And moreover, this link is going to be a trunk link, which is going to carry the multiple VLAN information as we discussed in our earlier video. So this link is used as a trunk link. So let's create this as a trunk link. But when this device is going to assign an IP for these two IP phones, and again when these people like management VLAN or data finance VLAN try to connect this server, it has to connect so through the gateway. So naturally all these VLAN should have their own corresponding gateway IP address configured on this DHCP server. So to configure each and every VLAN gateway IP address, you need to create a sub interface on this existing interface between these two devices, the router and the switch. That's what we are going to see first. So let's go to the router quickly and enable show IP interface brief. You can see there are two interfaces. We are going to use the fast Ethernet 0/1 FA0/1. So but now we are going to see FA0/1 no shut first, and then go to interface FA0/1 dot. Let's do 150. 150 is the VLAN number for the IP telephones basically. So we are going to use the same 150 as the sub interface here, dot 150, and then to type the configuration of the to type the IP address or configure the IP address, you need to encapsulate it with the .1q, and then you need to give the VLAN number as 150, which we are going to create on the switch, and then IP address 192.168.150.1, 255.255.255.0, which is /24, no shut. So let's similarly assign, create an interface FA0/1 dot 10 for finance VLAN, encapsulation dot 1q 10, IP address 1.1.1. Let's give a data finance gateway as 25.25. As we know, they are all in 20 series, 255.255.0, no shut. Okay, it's a bad mask. Let's give no, then IP address 1.1.1.25, 255.255.255.0, no shut, exit. So let's configure. Similarly, you can configure FAS 0/1.20 for HR and so on for the management, default, everything you can create. Whatever existing VLAN you want to assign a gateway IP here, you can create a respective sub-interfaces. Let's do only two sub-interfaces so far. One for VoIP VLAN, another for data finance VLAN to test in this lab. Okay, we are done with this. So the next point is, so as we have configured this particular link as a trunk link, you need to assign this interface FA0/1 as a trunk link. Switch port, should be interface FA0/1.150 switch port. Sorry, this should be on the switch. I'm sorry about that. Let's go to the switch again. We are done with the router so far. So you can see the existing VLANs. So we have created so far these many VLANs on this switch. I mean these many VLANs excluding the default VLAN. So we want to create a VoIP VLAN. So VLAN 150, as I said, 150 is the voice VLAN. Name it as VoIP. That's it. And you can see show VLAN brief. You will see the VoIP VLAN over there without any ports assigned so far. So we are going to assign these two ports, which are /120 FA0/120, and this is FA0/122. So we are going to configure that. Configure interface FA0/1 0/20 switch port mode access, switch port voice, and then you have to give a VLAN 150. So this is how we can configure a voice VLAN on your switch port. And then give no shut, exit, interface FA0/22, switch port mode access, switch port voice VLAN 150, no shut. So we have configured this thing. So what we have done so far is, so we have configured this interface as a trunk link. We need to configure that as well. So this interface is FA0/21. So we are going to configure that link as a trunk link. Interface FA0/21, switch port mode trunk, switch port trunk, allowed VLAN. Let's say 1 to 100 as well as comma 150 we are going to allow. So which will cover all the, okay, we need to give the VLAN knob. So now it will take no shut. That's it. So we have configured all the interfaces like 21, I mean the 20 interface and the 22 interface, which is going to be the voice VLAN interface for these two IP phones. And then we have connected this trunk link between the router and the switch, and we have configured them as a trunk. That's it. So VLAN, show VLAN will give you these details. So we have assigned a VoIP VLAN with two interfaces, as I said. So that's it. So we are able to see the ports are up. So let's connect, let's go to the switch router again and then check show IP interface brief. So you can see the gateway IP for data finance. Let's check whether we are able to connect the gateway from the data finance system from this VLAN. Go to the system, ping 1.1.1.25 is the gateway. So we are able to ping. Similarly, you can create for other VLANs on this DHCP server as a gateway with using the sub interfaces as I told. So right now we have only two sub interfaces, which is for 1.10 for data VLAN, data finance VLAN, and 150 for voice VLAN. So now how we are going to configure this two IP phones, and once we configure this, it has to automatically get the IP address from this DHCP server, and for that we need to configure this as a DHCP. So those things we will see in our next video as a continuation of this video. So far I hope you have understand what we have done so far to create a VoIP VLAN in this network. Let's continue on the next video. Thanks for listening to this video. Stay tuned.